Start with an opening statement from Coach.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty dominating win. I was really happy with our guys' effort, particularly on defensive end of the floor. We put a heavy emphasis on McGee. Outside of those 2 threes he got early in the second half, I thought our guys did a really good job on him. You know, Amari did a great job to start. Jaden Bradley came in, did a great job. Anybody that got switched on to him did a really good job. You know, I think they struggled a little bit with their length and athleticism, finishing at the rim. So, you know, I think they had us for 6 blocks, so we might have had even more than that. So, you know, I wasn't that concerned with our 3-point shooting last game. I've seen us make shots a lot in practice. I just told them, let's take the right shots, you know, shoot them in rhythm, trust your work. You know, Sears and Brandon came out 3 of 5, 4 of 5, so they shot it well, and we got some other guys that can really shoot it that, you know, even Amari's gonna start making some shots. I know he can make shots, so, you know, Ryland makes some shots too, so all in all, I thought it was good. You know, we got stuff to work on still, but it's a quality team. It's picked to win the A-Sun. There's already been 3 A-Sun teams going and compete high major teams this year already. So, you know, and they are good. I mean, they're going to go win a lot of games. They've won a lot of games every year that Richie's been there. You know, we got them on a tough night and thought we had some guys that can match up with McGee pretty well. It's going to end up being a really good win for us because they're going to go win a lot of games here this year.
Thanks.
Started off with defense. I wanted to ask a little bit more about Namari. I mean, what did you like out of his matchup with McGee when he was on the floor, and how did he execute tonight?
Yeah, Namari's got length. He's got a 6'10" wingspan. He's a high IQ guy, plays hard. I think he's about the right stuff. So, you know, we liked it. I thought, you know, that also enabled us to put Sears onto Porter. You know, and Porter had a big rep coming out of high school, so we thought Sears' quickness could kind of match Porter, and thought Namari's length and size could bother McGee, and I think it did. I mean, McGee did shot 3 for 11, 1 of 5 from 3. We did a great job with it.
You mentioned the 3-point shooting, but how good was it to see it translate into a game? And then also, how much did it open up the rest of the offense? It seems like you guys got a lot of easy buckets with them kind of focused on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they run the pack line. Richie was with Tony Bennett at Virginia. They pack everything in really tight and gonna make you score from the perimeter and not get let the ball get in the lane. So, you know, you got to make some shots. So it certainly helped. We went 10 of 22 from 3 because, you know, Brandon being as long as he is can kind of shoot over him a little bit. So it's huge that Brandon made those. And, you know, Sears has been a quality shooter his whole career. I mean, at Ohio last year, he shot, I think, 42%. So we knew he was going to get it going. So it was big. Those shots dropped for those guys. Big for our offense, too, to kind of keep the floor spread. And once you start making them, they got to come out of that pack a little bit and opens lanes up to drive and able to draw some fouls.
Chase.
A few minutes into the game, Liberty got loose for a few layups underneath on passes going into the end. You looked pretty animated about it. Was that just good screening or an awareness issue? Or
I don't even think they came off screens. I think we just lost our guys on cuts. I mean, we had guys that we were supposed to be helping off of. You know, they've got designated screeners and they got designated shooters, and the guys that were guarding the slashers, screeners were losing their men. They were getting beat on some back doors. So we had that issue too much tonight, actually, but there's a couple, you know, back to back there. We call timeout and get this thing straightened out and make sure that we're not giving them a run. Because they were in that thing there for a good part of the first half. I mean, we didn't open that up till late in the first half, beginning of the second half. So we just want to make sure that we get out our defensive side. You got that timeout in the first half. You don't use it, you lose it. I end up having it sitting there with 30 seconds to go most of the time. So we had a few defensive screw-ups, and we use it and get them straight there.
In the front.
Yeah, Coach, you lost Shaq, you lost Keon, you lost JD. You come back with this insanely deep guard group, and this is without Welch and Quinterly. So what's the potential for this group, and how special do you think they are?
We got some guys that can really playing, like you said, I mean, Don Welch, a proven shooter, shot almost 40% of his career, you know, in a quality league. So when he gets healthy and can play, he'll give us even more depth. And Cornelly's best breakdown guy in the team, so I think he'll get our shooters better shots when, you know, when we can get him back. So we wanted more length, versatility, more depth. I mean, last year, you kind of preach all the defense you want. If there's nobody put in the game when they're not playing defense, it's hard to hold them accountable. Well, we don't have that problem this year. If they're not going to guard, they're not going to stay in the game. So they're guarding right now. I think our effort's been really good the first 2 games, and I expect it to stay really good, especially when we start adding some more of these guys, because these guys are playing. We've got Brandon and Mark played almost 30 minutes. We got a lot of other guys that are mid to high 20s. Well, Cornelly and Tom Welch get back, and Darius Miles didn't play tonight either. He's another perimeter player, so you get those 3 guys back. Some of these minutes, a lot of these minutes are going to get cut a little bit. So how do you stay on the floor? Well, better be playing defense at an elite level, because we got plenty of scoring options. Like we need some guys that are really going to lock in and be solid defenders. So I was happy to see Namari and Jaden both do what they did tonight on a guy that averaged 25 last year.
Joey?
Coach, Clowney and Bediaco said yesterday that big focus for you guys was ball handling and turnovers. I was just wondering what you thought, how your team performed in that area tonight.
Better than the last game, but still too many. I mean, Sears, our point guard, had 5. Some of them were just. He played a great game. I thought, he shot it well, got the free throw line. He's a better free throw shooter than when he shot tonight too. He rebounds the ball great for a guard, but we got to get him to cut down on his turnovers. I think. Jaden Bradley was pretty good. He's the other guy. He only had 1 turnover to go with his 3 assists. So we had 14 assists, 15 turnovers. You'd like to see that ratio a lot better the other way. It's still going to be a point of emphasis here moving forward. We just got to clean some stuff up in that area.
Michael?
What do you think about the team's ability to put them away in the second half when they could have come back and made an effort?
Yeah, I thought that we had one kind of when they got on the floor for that loose ball first, and then we came down and they got the foul called on us. We got a media timeout pretty quick after that. We got to play hard in them. We chart the blue collar points. I think there's 10 4-minute wars. Every 4 minutes you get a media timeout. I think we won the blue collar on 9 out of the 10. So we just made that a huge point of emphasis that we're not going to let this team come in here and play harder than we play. We're going to fly around, get more deflections, blocks, rebounds, take more charges. I thought we did a good job of that. At the end of the game, I think, Ryland ended up winning the blue collar deal, but we had a lot of guys right there with them. And this is a team that slows the game down. And once we got the lead, it's hard to slow the game down when you're down as much as they were in the second half. So I think we had 72 possessions, which is only maybe 5 or so less than what we had on Monday night. So, we had, I think, our guys had us charted for 85 blue collar points. They had 48, so I thought we gave really good effort for the entire game, really.
2 more. Katie?
Obviously, it ended up being a dominant win, but immediately after that timeout, what kind of response did you see from the team on that 11-0 run, and then just how did that kind of carry over into the rest of the game?
Is that what we had out of that timeout? 11-0?
The first half, yeah.
I didn't realize that. Hey, that was a great response. Guys come out, locked into the defensive end. We just keep preaching defense effort, blue collar play. The shots will drop. We're too talented on offense. As long as we play unselfish, the offense will take care of itself. So I thought for the most part we did that tonight. So plenty of stuff to clean up. We'll get back to the video, but efforts. We haven't had an issue with the effort in the first 2 games. That's what we want all year. If we lose at some point this year because we just couldn't make a shot and got quality shots and our effort was there, we can live with that. We're not gonna live with losing because we got out-efforted it, if you will.
Last one in the back.
The team was a lot more aggressive in the second half, attacking the interior of Liberty's defense, in the half court especially. Was that kind of a point of emphasis going into out of the locker room?
We wanted to spread them out a little bit. I think, making a few shots, got them kind of out and getting some stops and getting out in transition too. A lot of that attacking the paint happened early in the clock. Sears getting the ball downhill early. So, if you can get stops and run on your stops, I think it's a lot easier to get some paint touches and transition before their once their half-court defense gets set up, I mean, they're tough. I mean, they don't let the ball get inside. They're good, but we were able to get a lot more transition opportunities in the second half.
Thanks, Coach.